It's time for the Coach's Corner Show with your host, Pat Disabato.
Hello, welcome to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I am your host, Pat Disabato from the Daily Southtown, and we are at Homewood Flossmoor High School, home of the Vikings, the 4-0 Vikings, coming off an impressive 29-0 victory Friday at Bolingbrook. They host Lincoln Way West this Friday, 7 o'clock. A couple guests for you. We're going to have on football coach Craig Buzea, the Buzz Man. He's been a guest of ours probably the last 7 years, man. So we're going to talk all things HF with the Buzz Man. And then we're going to have on senior running back Leon Tanna, coming off a monster performance against Bolingbrook. And he's had a fabulous season this year. So we're going to find out the keys to his success so far through 4 games. All right, folks, we are going to go to a Beggar's Pizza timeout. And I have to tell you, pre-game Friday in Bolingbrook and post-game Friday in Bolingbrook, I was at the Beggar's Pizza location in Bolingbrook. It's been open about a year. Great spot, man. Great bar. Want to watch some games. Obviously, great pizza, great dining room area, nice little outdoor area to eat as well. So check it out if you're out that way. Go to beggarspizza.com, join the Big Cheese loyalty program. You get some Beggar's Bucks, you get all kinds of good stuff. Check it out. We return. HF football coach Craig Buzea will be our guest. Stay tuned.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
Hello, boys. I'm a drop-dead gorgeous pepperoni sausage, hold the vegetables deep dish pizza. Just look at my cheese. Your place or mine. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
Thank you, Coach's Corner, for celebrating all these great athletes. Now celebrate the American Classic with Apple Chevy. Classics like the Chevy Impala. Originating in 1958, the Chevy Impala is older than the states Hawaii and Alaska. It still holds its sleek and stylish design with a focus on luxury. It has the option to have the power of 305 horses. Don't take my word for it. Come test drive it today at Apple Chevy.
Surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
Hello, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. And our first guest tonight, good old friend of ours, the Buzz Man, Craig Buzea. How's it going, Buzz Man?
Well, fantastic. It's always great to be on your award-winning show, Pat.
Isn't it, man? I know you do you get it in Michigan City?
I can't answer that question.
I don't think you do. That's a little further out than we're in Northwest Indiana, but you kind of...
You can always pick it up online, though, right?
You could always pick it up online, my man. That's for sure. All right, so you guys are sitting pretty, 4-0, coming off an impressive win Friday night at Bolingbrook, 29-0. You host Lincoln Way West Friday night here at 7:30?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. I love it. All right, so what has impressed you most about this 4-0 start?
Well, I think what's impressed me most is that we're 4-0. You know, I mean, from the standpoint of we knew going into this we could be anywhere from 3-1 to 1-3. And anywhere in between, and we scheduled up this year. I mean, we started out with Michigan City, who was one play away from playing for the state championship last year in Indiana, and bringing all their guys back, and then go down to play Lutheran North, who has probably 6 or 7 professional NFL players on their roster, and we scheduled up for a reason, and those games could have went either way, and then obviously Bolingbrook last week, was a fantastic game too. So I'm just happy for our guys, and happy for a good start, and hopefully can continue it.
Well, I mean, you shut down a really good Bolingbrook offense last week, a couple big-time backs, and they didn't even reach 100 yards of total offense. What's kind of surprised you most about the effectiveness of the defense so far?
We knew, coming into the season, we knew that was going to be our strength. We brought back our whole defensive front and some linebackers and a couple DBs, and when you have a good defensive front, just like you speak of Lincoln Way East last year, I mean, they could dominate a football game and do some different things, and so we felt really good about that. The fact that you could hold Bolingbrook team down like that was even beyond my expectations. Hold them, I think, for 1.1, 1.2 yards per rush, and those guys have been lighting it up for 200-300 yards each, and I thought our defense played exceptional, and I thought our defensive coaches put a heck of a game plan together.
Yeah, that was as impressive of a defensive performance I've seen in a while, man. That's for sure. All right, so you've scored 142 points in 4 games, pretty explosive. However, this is a whole different type of offense. People think of HF in recent years when you had the Harley Hamptons, and you guys are flinging the ball all over the place, Bryce Gray, and you've kind of changed things up a little bit this year. Just a personnel thing, correct?
Yeah, we adjust to what we have, and we had four new starters this year, first game of the season against Michigan City, and it looked like it. I mean, we really got taken to the woodshed there and didn't run the ball very well in that game. But after that game, we took a look at some of the things that maybe was our strength. We made a change. We took a smaller guy out and put in a 6'8", 345-pound guy in, and that's helped us out a little bit up front.
He's a big boy.
And so when you do that, obviously you're going to change some things, and we just sort of tailor it to our personnel, and whether it's going double tights or with 3 tight ends or anything, it's we feel like that's within our system, and we're going to tailor it to the players that we have, and that's what we've been able to do.
Well, and you are regarded as an offensive guru. I don't know if you know that or not, but you are an offensive guru.
Yeah.
Do you like that challenge of, not just plugging the same system with players, or do you kind of like this, hey, it's a challenge, man. I got to change things up and devise something different?
Yeah, every year it's something different. A lot of times it's based on your quarterback. And last year, we lost our quarterback 2 days before the season started, and we had to go in a little different direction, and we had to play a sophomore, and he more or less managed the game, and he had come off of having guys like Bryant Wright and Bryce Gray, so you just got to manage what we have, and we feel like this is our MO. We feel like we have to be a more physical football team. We feel like to advance in the playoffs, you have to be a little bit more physical. So that's been sort of our mantra the last 3 or 4 games, and that's sort of what we're going to go with, and our back, the guy you're going to have on later on is maybe not as flashy as some of that we've had, but he's productive in his own special way.
Yeah, man. I mean, last week, Tanna, don't call him Dan, 263 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, 32 carries. What makes him such an effective back? Because he isn't the biggest dude, but he's a hard runner, man.
Yeah, I think probably he knows who he is, and he knows, so he's an off tackle, and he's not slow by any means, but but he knows who he is, and he knows where his strength is, and he's not going to get tackled by one guy, and you've 31 times, you say, well, that's a lot of times to carry it, but I go back to the old John McKay, talk when he was coaching, that ball ain't heavy, so we're going to keep giving it to him, and he seems to be a little stronger as the game goes on, and I think it showed on Friday as well.
Yep. All right, so you talked about it briefly. Week 1 you played Michigan City, your hometown high school, correct? Yep. And then you had Lutheran North out in Missouri in week 2. Talk about those experiences and the difficulty of scheduling games, finding non-conference opponents now. Very difficult.
We've probably exhausted over 100 inquiries of guys, within the state, out of the state. It's very difficult, and I think the playoff system in Illinois lends itself to that. Teams that want to get to that 5-win mark or that 6-win mark, and those non-conference games are crucial. So, instead of banging our head and doing some things like we did before, we just started looking out of state. And last year, like I said, we went to North Carolina. This year, over to Michigan City, and then to Lutheran North. And a lot of that is because we want to up our schedule as well. But we'd love to play some schools in Illinois as well. Next year we're going to play Penn High School, which is a power in Indiana, and the year after we're going to Canton McKinley and playing in Ohio in the Hall of Fame. I think it's a good experience. Kids get to stay overnight, we get to ride the bus, all that type of stuff. It's a great experience, but certainly we'd welcome playing someone a little bit closer to home as well.
All right, so staying on that subject, who would be your dream school? Who would you like locally around the state? Who would you like to play, man? Who would you say, let's go week 1, week 2?
No, I don't know. I mean, it seems like anybody that is reputable, you're going to find out, play them somewhere in the playoffs anyway.
Right.
So when you're talking about, the powers to be, in Indiana, obviously we're playing Lincoln Way East, and then, we played Loyola in the playoffs, we played Glenbard West in the playoffs, we played Naperville Central in the playoffs. I mean, we're playing the top of the top.
And in non-conference, you had some teams too in recent years as well.
Absolutely. So, it's one of those things. But the other thing is, it's fun to play these teams. It's fun to go out, but it is a game of attrition.
Yep.
And you got to watch it because this is going to be Lincoln Way West is going to be the fourth top 10 ranked team that we're going to play in the first 5 games.
Yep.
And that comes with some physicality, and you got to keep your kids healthy. So you really have to watch out for that as well.
Yep. And I should mention, this guy, since he's been on board, the Vikings have won 31 of 33 regular season games. So they're a safe bet. Take them in the pool. They're going to win, the Vikings in the regular season. All right, so when you look back at your tenure, runner-up finish, and what would you go to, semis your first year, right? You took over a program that was in the dumpster, and you advanced them to the semis. What are you most proud of here when you look back at your tenure?
Yeah, I think there's 2 things. I think number one is the consistency. To be able to win 9-10 games each and every year, and just take the guys that walk through our doors. I think that's, and the schedule that we're playing. I'm very proud of that because we're been consistent over the years. And I think second of all is finding these guys a home. I think we've had over 125 guys in the last 8 years go on to play college football.
Yep.
And that really means a lot to me. And you turn on the TV or you get in the car on Saturdays, you're able to go see it. Last week we had several guys play each other. A couple weeks before that we had several guys play each other. So it's really cool. But again, they're getting their education, and I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, and they've got 3 wide receivers starting at Eastern Illinois University.
Correct.
That doesn't happen too often. All right, Buzz, man. Always a pleasure, my man.
Thank you.
Okay?
Appreciate having me.
Continued success. Good luck this week against West. We're going to go to a Lisa Thomas Salon timeout. 3 locations, Mokina, Tinley Park, Orland Park. When we return, running back Leon Tanna will be our guest. Stay tuned.
At Lisa Thomas Salon, we think loving yourself and your selfie starts with the perfect stylist. That's why we've assembled an amazing team, each with a unique passion for beauty, providing the perfect combination of innovation and experience. Then adding just a little bit of fun. For hair, skin, nails, and makeup, no one does beautiful like Lisa Thomas. Because life's too exciting to settle for the same old thing. Schedule today at Lisa Thomas Salon, a Redken Elite partner with 3 area locations.
Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island has been prospering since 1968 when Robert Warniak Sr. opened a business. Bob's goal? To go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. Whether it's a small ding or a major collision repair, Bob's is a trained technician and state-of-the-art equipment to meet the high standards their customers expect and that Bob's demands. Bob's also offers complete mechanical services for your automobile, from an oil change to brake repairs. Mention this ad, Bob's will detail your car for free with any auto body work or give you a free oil change with any mechanical work. Bob's Auto Body and Repair, Blue Island.
If you're suffering from physical pain, nothing else matters. The one thing that should is Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, because experience never mattered more. Serving the community for 25 years with over 90 years of combined orthopedic experience, our fellowship-trained surgeons provide individualized care to those suffering from orthopedic pain. We deliver comprehensive care from diagnostic to surgical to rehabilitative services, all under one roof in each of our locations. Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, bringing university-level orthopedic care close to home.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Our next guest, senior running back, Leon Tanna. Leon, thanks for coming on board, my man.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Leon. So, there's been some great performances this year, but I got to think your performance Friday night against Bolingbrook, it stands at the top or right near the top. 263 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, 29-0 win. And you carried the ball 32 times. It's a workhorse, my man. So when you look back at that performance Friday night, what stands out for you the most?
As I look back, what stood out to me the most was like the team effort. As I watched film, everybody was working together. Everybody was like very determined to get the W. And the thing about it is that stood out the most was we worked 4 quarters. 4 quarters. Most teams don't bring it 4 quarters. They bring it probably a half. a couple quarters, but we worked all 4 quarters, and, you know, we were just very determined to get that win.
Yep, and your O-line, man, they came through.
Man, my O-line, man, I give it all to them. Everything, every last yard, O-line.
Yep, they were big, man. So you got some time last season. How big of that, you know, kind of catapulted you into this season and the success you're having? Because you're putting up some big yards this season. So was last year big for you, man?
Last year, yeah, of course. It was really big. You know, watching Justin Hall do what he do, it kind of set a tone for me, like, this year. You know, all right, he's doing this. You know, you got to do something even better this year. So it kind of set a tone for me. So it was really important having that playing time last year.
I mean, you adapt to the speed. Varsity's a whole different ball game than sophomores, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so you got to adjust to that. So you go up against this HF defense in practice every day. What's that experience like, and are you at all surprised that they're dominating like this, or what, man?
When we go against our defense, it's like a real game, you know. They go hard to the ball even when they're not supposed to. Like, they just their energy is like always up here, you know.
Yep.
They're never down here. They always got really good energy, you know. And what they do in the game, I'm not surprised at all, because they do it every day in practice.
You know, what I found interesting talking to you after the game Friday night, and I noticed it watching you. I mean, there wasn't like one time, I don't recall, one guy from Bolingbrook taking you down. It took 2, 3, 4 guys to take you down, and you're not a real big dude. But what is the key for you to have that type of push, that type of drive, and not to go down?
Well, you know, all offseason I was working really hard with my weight trainer, Will Power. You know, he put a lot of muscle on me. And also, like, during practice, you know, my running back coach, Coach Williams, he always tell me, you know, keep your feet moving, First contact, keep your feet moving. You're guaranteed another 3 yards possibly. So, you know, that kind of stuck with me. So, you know, I just performed in the game and it worked.
Yep, and you stay low.
Yeah.
That's another key, right?
Yeah, I also got to stay low, you know. He always tells me stay low too, because, you know, the Lord man always win.
Yeah. I'll tell you, man, there were a couple defenders Friday night. They got hit by you, and they went backwards. I don't think they were expecting that.
Nah, I don't think they was expecting it either.
That's for sure. All right, so Coach Buzz, if you could describe Coach Buzz, just one word. Just one word. I know that's tough because it takes a lot to explain Coach Buzz, but what would the word be that you would use?
Very determined, you know, determined. That's the word I'll use, because, you know, Coach Buzz, he's always on us. Even on our good days, he's always on us to do better. We got to come out with way more energy. You know, he keeps us going. So determined, very determined.
Very determined guy. That's for sure, man. I heard a little bit of that post-practice speech today. He was very determined. He gave you guys a little kick in the butt and getting you guys ready to go, man. You guys didn't have a great practice today, but he's trying to get you focused for Friday.
Absolutely.
Right? What would you say, what's the best part of being a student athlete at Homewood Flossmoor?
The best part is, you know, the atmosphere, like everything, you know, just walking outside to go to another building just to get to class, you know, it's like a college atmosphere, you know, and also game day. Our student section is amazing. Our fan base is amazing. So, you know, like the crowd, everything, the band is playing. It's a really great experience.
It is, man. The Kedzie Crazies.
Man, we love them. We love them.
All right, my man. Well, we have a Player of the Week segment coming up next, and I'm going to hook you up now. So Labriola Bakery Cafe, hooking you up with a $25 gift card.
Thank you.
All right, my man. You deserve it.
Thank
You're definitely Player of the
you.
Week, all right?
Thank
Take
you.
that.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on board, all right? And good
Thank
luck
you.
the rest of the season. All right, folks, we're going to go into an athletics timeout. Locations in Oak Lawn and Orland Park. When we return, I'll talk Players of the Week, results from last week, and look ahead to next week. Stay tuned. Athletic Sports and Orthopedic Physical Therapy is a 2,200 square foot facility that includes the latest in rehabilitation equipment, including the HydroTrack underwater treadmill. All therapists at Athletics are experienced and offer hands-on treatment for patients that require such therapy. Whether it's your feet, ankles, knees, hips, lower back, shoulders, elbows, wrists, neck, or jaw, Athletics is here to help. We at Athletics understand you as a patient have the right to choose where you receive treatment. Ask your physician if Athletics, with locations in Oak Lawn and Orland Park, is right for you. Whether you're in the mood for a Chicago-style hot dog, Italian beef sandwich, Philly cheesesteak, or charbroiled cheeseburger, Joey's Red Hots has you covered. In the mood for something lighter, Joey's Salads promises to hit the spot. Looking to cool off on a hot day or after a workout? Joey's refreshing homemade Italian ice will satisfy. Come check out Joey's Red Hots at 17400 Wolf Road in Orland Park, or at 115th Street and Western Avenue in the Beverly community, where they're open until 5 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. No matter which location you visit, Joey's Red Hots promises to provide exceptional tasting food at an affordable price.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
I'm a half sausage for you and your husband and a half just cheese for the kids, who never seem to stop moving. Go ahead and take the night off, Mom. I got you covered. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
Hello, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'd like to thank our guests, HF running back Leon Tanna, and of course, Coach Craig, the Funky Cold Buzea, for being our guest. Kedzie Crazies, you guys run with that one, the Funky Cold Buzea. That's good stuff. I can see some signs with that one. All right, guys, results segment sponsored by Athletic Sports and Orthopedic Physical Therapy, 2 locations, Oak Lawn and Orland Park. And first game, 29-0 HF over Bolingbrook for HF. We talked about Leon Tanna, 263 yards rushing, 3 scores. Dominic Jones was 5 of 8 for 64 yards and a TD. Isaiah Stanback had a 14-yard TD reception. Ethan Lindquist, 23-yard field goal. I can't remember the last time an HF team converted a field goal. Not much on the kicking, but this kid came through and converted from 23 yards out. Defense held Bolingbrook to 88 yards of offense. Great performance. Lincoln Way East, 57, Sandburg, nothing. For Lincoln Way East, Jack Baltz, 9 of 17, 149 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Jordan Corbett, 10 carries, 105 yards, 2 TDs. Matt Judd, 2 TD receptions, covering 12 and 60 yards. Jackson Ritter with a 44-yard TD catch for the Griffins, who are 4-0. Brother Rice, 35, Loyola 3. I don't know how many people saw that one coming, and if they did, I don't think they predicted a 32-point victory margin for the Crusaders. That's 2 losses in a row for Loyola. Welcome to the South Side. For Rice, John Bean, 253 yards passing and a touchdown. Jesse Plunkett, 2 TD runs. Dylan Summers, 7 catches, 115 yards and a TD. Danny Fitzgerald had 2 interceptions. For the Crusaders, who are 4-0, they travel to Providence Friday night. Celtics are also 4-0. Someone's going down. TF South 14, TF North 13. That game was in overtime for TF South. Michael Smith, 1-yard TD run. Also blocked the extra point OT that secured the victory. Cameron Clayton hit Sean Wilson on a 10-yard TD pass for the Rebels. For TF North, Kendi Young, 5-yard TD run. Caleb Green hit Samaj Brown with a 52-yard TD pass. All right, we talked about the Labriola Bakery Cafe Golden Baguette Player of the Week. HF running back Leon Tanna, hooking him up. $25 gift card, compliments of Labriola Bakery Cafe in Streeterville and Oakbrook. Also at all Stan's Donuts locations. They're opening up everywhere, including Woodfield Mall, and at LaBarra restaurant locations in Oakbrook and Riverside. So that $25 gift cards can be used at a lot of different places. I spent a little time with Chief Doughboy on Saturday night at the Eisenhower Alumni Golf Outing. Good to see a lot of people, a lot of good Eisenhower people, and we had a great time at the Meadows Golf Club in Blue Island. All right, the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club Player of the Week. We're going to hook up Lincoln Way Central Girls Volleyball's Lane Stevens. 27 kills to garner the MVP of the Oak Lawn Invitational and lead the Knights to the tournament championship. So we're going to hook her up with a nice $25 gift card. Compliments of Lisa Thomas Salon, locations Mokina, Tinley, Orland Park. And remember, folks, $27 haircuts for girls, $17 haircuts for boys. At Lisa Thomas Salon, just show your high school ID. Also, if you're looking for a car, new or used, go to our guys at Apple Chevrolet. They will hook you up. If your car needs a little bit of, you got a fender bender, need some work done to it, go to our guy in Blue Island, Bob's Auto Body. He'll hook you up. He'll have your car looking like new. All right, we are going to go to a Labriola Bakery Cafe timeout. Gerard, hockey injury?
Yeah, where do we go for that?
You got to go to Mulvey. You got to go to Athletics, or you go to Midwest Orthopedic Consultants. You got a couple options here. Gerard, you got me off the path here. So we're going to Labriola Bakery Cafe timeout. We return high and tight. Stay tuned.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread, but you won't believe the rest of their menu. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oak Brook Promenade.
At Lisa Thomas Salon, we think loving yourself and your selfie starts with the perfect stylist. That's why we've assembled an amazing team, each with a unique passion for beauty, providing the perfect combination of innovation and experience, then adding just a little bit of fun. For hair, skin, nails, and makeup, no one does beautiful like Lisa Thomas, because life's too exciting to settle for the same old thing. Schedule today at Lisa Thomas Salon, a Redken Elite partner with 3 area locations.
Whether you're in the mood for a Chicago-style hot dog, Italian beef sandwich, Philly cheesesteak, or charbroiled cheeseburger, Joey's Red Hots has you covered. In the mood for something lighter, Joey's Salads promises to hit the spot. Looking to cool off on a hot day or after a workout? Joey's refreshing homemade Italian ice will satisfy. Come check out Joey's Red Hots at 17400 Wolf Road in Orland Park or at 115th Street and Western Avenue in the Beverly community, where they're open until 5 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. No matter which location you visit, Joey's Red Hots promises to provide exceptional tasting food at an affordable price. All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. And I got to give a shout out. Just thought of this. My guy Angelo Cantello, Marian Catholic senior catcher, just committed to Lewis University. That's my alma mater. Welcome to the Flyer family, Angelo. That's a great choice on your part. Before we get to High and Tight, which is sponsored by our good friends at Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, our guy Dr. Leonard, 2 locations, Oak Lawn and Orland Park, and also Joey's Red Hots, 2 locations, and one in Orland Park, 174th and Wolf, the other one 115th and Western, and the location 115th and Western open till 5 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. So if you're getting your groove on and you need a little food late night, hit up Joey's right on the corner, man, 115th and Western Avenue. Great food, great value. It's all that. I'm there a couple times a week. It's tremendous. So. Euro, Gerard says. All right. High and tight, folks. You know, HF's defense, tremendous defense, as good as I've seen, and Lincoln Way East, too. I mean, these guys are in a collision course at the end of the season here in the same conference. It's going to be really, really interesting. The thing about Lincoln Way East that's been really impressive is the fact that they haven't had A.J. Henning. I mean, here's a kid. He's a junior, running back, receiver, 25 scholarship offers so far, hasn't committed, has not played. Has a hip flexor, so they've been able to outscore opponents 178-32 in 4 games, and they don't even have probably one of the best players in the Midwest playing yet. So he's going to be back 1 or 2 weeks. I got a feeling when his HF game comes around, he'll be ready to play. So that'll be a tremendous, tremendous matchup. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed the show. Go to a game this week. A lot of really good games. We'll see you next week.